I want each of you to take a moment and guess how many people have died throughout the 20th century due to smoking-related problems. The answer to this really surprised me. According to CDC.com, smoking is the #1 preventable cause of death among Americans today. Globally, tobacco use has killed around 100 million people in the 20th century alone, which is almost as much as World War I and II combined. Even with these extreme death tolls, according to verywell.com, approximately 10 million cigarettes are sold a minute, with about 15 billion purchased a day. In today's society, there is a great debate as to whether or not a public smoking ban would have a positive or negative influence. Those in favor of banning public smoking agree that this decision would decrease the amount of secondhand smoking seen throughout the United States. Another positive effect of this ban is that it would provide cleaner air for everyone, resulting in less sickness, cleaner food and water, and less pollution in our atmosphere. One last outcome is that the United States would save money, trees, and energy by instituting a public smoking ban. This ban would result in a cleaner earth and safer society. To begin, a public smoking ban would decrease the amount of secondhand smoking seen throughout the United States. A short definition of secondhand smoking is the involuntary act of inhaling tobacco due to others smoking around you. Some people may go their entire lives without putting a cigarette to their lips and are still likely to suffer from the consequences of smoking. According to NoSmoke.org, around 53,000 people die every year from secondhand smoke exposure. Think of all these people and how they are affected by smoking without ever doing it themselves. U.S. Surgeon General Richard Cremona repeatedly calls this involuntary smoking. Secondhand smoking is also harmful to young children. According to Lung.org, secondhand smoke is responsible for between 150 to 300,000 lower respiratory tract infections in children under the age of 18 months old, resulting in between 7,500 and 15,000 hospitalizations each year. A public smoking ban would prevent the problems that come with secondhand smoking and would result in a healthier, stronger society, one in which cares about the health of its citizens. Many people do not realize how much an effect smoking has on the environment around us. Have you ever thought of where the smoke goes after a person is done smoking a cigarette? Directly into our atmosphere, and eventually contaminates everything surrounding it. This includes our food, water, and lungs. Not only does smoking hurt our bodies, but it hurts our earth as well. Cigarette butts can be found just about everywhere on the earth, including oceans, highways, and big cities. This littering causes a problem to the wildlife that lives around us. Fish and sea creatures, birds, and many other organisms mistake cigarette butts as a food source and eventually are seriously hurt due to consuming them. The cost for trying to clean up cigarette butts is outrageous as well. San Francisco has estimated that it spends $11 million annually on cleaning up cigarette butts. Now, if this is the cost for just one United States city in 1 year, think of having to clean up every city annually. Another way that cigarettes hurt our earth is by ruining our tree source. According to smoking.ygoi.com, it takes one tree to produce just 300 cigarettes. With this in mind, think of all the cigarettes that the United States goes through in one day. Imagine all of the trees we lose just to produce something that would go right back into hurting us and our earth. Those opposing a public smoking ban may claim that the government does not have the power to take away the right for people to smoke. They claim that they just choose to live their lives this way, and it's a right protected by the United States Constitution. While I agree that our rights are protected by our Constitution, I do not think that any citizen can live how they want and harm others while doing so. If smoking did not have an effect on the earth and the other inhabitants that live on it, people could choose whether they smoked or not. However, that simply is not the case. If it is against the law to murder another citizen with a gun, I believe it should be against the law to murder another citizen with a cigarette. There are many opinions as to whether a public smoking ban would benefit our society or hurt it. I believe that a smoking ban would only bring good consequences, and while it may take a while for a ban to be put into effect, Doing so would impact everyone, smoker and bystander, for the better. Banning this horrible habit would result in a cleaner earth and healthier organisms that live on it. Our kids, grandkids, and many other future generations to come will have us to thank for ruining their earth or saving it. The choice is up to us. Thank you.